Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Clever TV. I'm Jocelyn Davis with my partner in crime, Dana Ward.
How's it going?
And today, I don't know about you guys watching, but I know I am very excited because joining us from the CW's hit show, The Vampire Diaries, it is Candice Accola in the studio. So
Yay, you're
I
here.
think you're actually maybe one of our first guests in studio from the show because you guys shoot in Atlanta. So what's it like to be back in LA for like your summer break?
It's good. It's funny because exactly. I was so excited, like LA, like perfect sunshine, and then I'm like, hello rain.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect time for summer vacation. But it's lovely. You know, all of us were, with the exception of Nina, she was in Canada and
working on a movie, right?
Yeah. Well, she's based out of Canada. And in Toronto, and then Sarah Canning, who played Aunt Jenna, was based out of Vancouver, but everyone else was really based out of here. So it's lovely to come home, and you know, we all officially kind of live in Atlanta now, so it's kind of a trip coming back to a city that was your home, and you're in couch surfing and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So let's delve into season 2 because, like we were talking about before we started shooting, the people that work here at Clever TV, both on camera and behind the scenes, are huge fans of the show. And I think as far as your character, Caroline, goes, is it just me, or I feel like Caroline has become more and more likable and lovable as a vampire than she even ever was as a human. What do you think?
No, it is. Well, I think that my favorite part about the character of Caroline is that she does make mistakes. Is that she's she's very much, her foot's in her mouth constantly. She can be very selfish, and which she was very selfish throughout season 1. But what's so beautiful is watching someone grow out of that and grow into a person with a bigger perspective on life. And it's funny that it took her to become unhuman to become human.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Yeah, and which just attributes to the writers just, gave the character such an opportunity to grow and throughout season 2 and to, kick boys' butts and heels. That doesn't hurt either.
Exactly.
Yeah, what is
exactly.
it like on set with all of the physical action that you have to do as Caroline the vampire?
It's fun. I mean, it's an interesting thing because, you don't really know until you get there. And, we work with all the same stunt guys for every stunt that we do. So, it just makes it really fun. Like, what are we doing today? Like, for instance, when in episode, I think 3, when we had the first werewolf transformation, Caroline gets taken out by Tyler when he's in, form of a werewolf. And it was all kind of done in post.
I didn't think you were going to make it, by the way.
A lot of people did.
I didn't think you were going to make it.
Yeah, constantly it's been like my mom calling me like, so are you still in Atlanta? And I'm like, yes, don't worry, you can still sleep at night. But they like tied, they had me in like a harness, and they were basically just like 3, and wrapped a rope around a tree, and there was just like 3 men on the other side of it, and they're like, okay, we're gonna count to 3, and then we're gonna pull you off, like, so your feet slide out from under you. You ready? And I was like, let's do this. It's just like little odd thing. You're like, okay, that's television, that's entertainment.
Awesome. So crazy. Speaking of people not making it off the show, I mean, I don't think I'm the only person who was shocked when Jenna got killed on the show. Were you surprised? Was the cast surprised? What was your reaction like when you read the script?
Well, from day 1, we've all been told, it was welcome to Atlanta, the show got picked up, yay! And you're on a vampire show, so anyone can die. It was just so
very
you know.
Serious right from the start.
Yeah. From the start. Which doesn't make it any easier to say goodbye to a castmate, and especially someone as talented and is beautiful, within the job and outside of the job as she is. And so yeah, it's not easy, but it is what it is. And I'm a big TV fanatic, and I respect, when a show takes that kind of, time to just do the unexpected and to take out major characters that, you wouldn't expect. So I respect it on an entertainment level, and with the viewers, it's just like, oh my goodness. But of course, from, within the show, it's very hard to, it's essentially saying goodbye to, a member of your family, or we have our own little, I constantly say it's the traveling circus that doesn't travel anywhere, and so it's
Yeah.
Our members is always a hard thing.
That's hard. But
I feel like anyone could always come back. Yes. I feel like with Vampire Diaries.
I know, it's like starting to become lost.
Vicky and Anna.
I know.
What's going on?
I have no idea, but all I know is that they made it back.
Yeah.
I was really excited. Kayla Yule's one of my best friends, and I, absolutely adore Melise, and she's so talented, and I'm excited. I hope that I get to work with her more this time around. Well, I don't know if she's in ghost form, if that would be possible, but anything's possible, I guess. It's up to the writers.
It's true.
That's when it's fun, is seeing people that you've worked with.
Yeah.
At what point do you know what's going on with the show? Like, do they keep any secrets from certain characters so that you can fully play your role? Or is it pretty much an open book at the Vampire Diaries?
Not really. It's not necessarily, you know, they don't omit information to keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
It's really, you know, we always start off, you know, coming off of a break, you know, the scripts are there, but that's part of the creative process too, is, you know, is to understand that there's going to be storylines that sometimes they just can't, you know, get their fingers on the exact way that they want it to. So yeah, sometimes it's like right up to the wire. It's like, oh, we're shooting this episode tomorrow. Yay, we just got it. So, you know, we always kind of, you hope to know kind of a general idea of where things are going, but we're kind of, that's why when it's so funny, because when people ask, like even in interviews or phoners that we do, and they're like, so what's happening next? We know that you can't say anything. It's like, no, I swear, I really just don't know what's happening next. So if you find out, if you could let me know, that would be awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And something that's so interesting about your character in particular, especially in relation to the whole werewolf plot, is that I feel like if Caroline didn't have this bond with Tyler, there would be like no real like compassion for the werewolves, kind of. Like your guys' relationship kind of makes the show like more compassionate towards the wolf side. Like, what's your opinion on the wolf-vampire relationship? How's it gonna pan out in season 3?
Well, I find when Caroline turned, it was, you know, she was kind of put in the position by the people that she loved turning their backs on her. You know, Bonnie turned her back on her. Her mother turned her back, or her mother, you know, even when she did find out, turned her back on her. And then even, you know, as the season went on, Matt just kind of came to the conclusion that he couldn't handle it. And so I think, you know, what's been wonderful is Caroline has grown this, like, you know, big compassionate heart throughout the season, and I think that that's why she has so much compassion for Tyler, is because she knows how it feels to be alone, and to be on the outside, and you know, and Stefan's kind of fulfilled that, you know, sense of camaraderie and, you know, kind of being a coach of sorts, for, you know, her
exactly.
lifestyle. And so I think that she's just trying to give back to Tyler what Stefan's given to her.
Which is like the perfect makings for a love affair. I'm just saying. What's gonna happen? Is there gonna be a love triangle? Is Matt gonna be involved, or is he like totally out?
I don't know. Like, I don't think that he's totally out, but I don't think, you know, there's any ruling out of, you know, Caroline and Tyler into season 3. I think what's funny is I constantly forget that there hasn't actually been that much time in Mystic Falls. Because there's so many episodes, it's just the day after.
Yeah,
it really hasn't been like 2 years. It's only been maybe like, you know, 9 to 10 months or a year.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so, you know.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it just changes like, we're still getting to know the characters. We're still getting to know, you know, their nuances and like who's going to be ultimately the best choice for someone else. I think that you don't know that until, you know, these characters start to grow. And so I think that's my favorite part about television, is that you get to go on this journey of like where a relationship started in one, you know, year, and then a couple seasons down, it's like this completely new thing, and, you know, like
just see where it goes. Now, you guys don't start shooting season 3 for quite a while still. A few more months. Do you have any info? Zero.
No.
Except you're going back to Atlanta to shoot, right?
Yes.
You're returning to Mystic Falls. We
Maybe.
will pick up. Oh.
No, I am.
Oh.
No, I'm going to Atlanta, and that's, I hope I'm going back to Atlanta. No, I'm going back to Atlanta, but that's honestly it. And even, I'll be honest, like last season, they'd kind of hinted, you know, during our hiatus to me about the potential turning of Caroline. And this year there's been nothing.
No hints?
Nothing. I mean, the most that we know at this point is, you know, the storyline with, you know, Vicky and Anna's return. But even with that, they're getting they'll be in the writer's room at the beginning of June.
Okay.
So that's
might hear
when they're
some
gonna
rumblings.
really start hammering some stuff out. Until then,
what would you like to see happen?
I'm always hesitant with that question because I never know what to say, because they always come up with great, so then, you know, I end up saying like, well, if this person met this person, and then, you know, it comes out and it's like 1,000 times better than anything I could ever come up with. So, you know, yeah, they're just, the writers have just always surpassed any. I mean, at this point, I know Julie's mentioned that it's going to be the year of the original.
Exactly.
And so I always get really excited seeing the flashback episodes, even though we're not really, you know, more the modern day characters aren't usually part of those episodes. I just think it's so incredible what they do in the locations that they're able to
costuming and everything.
Costuming, like so many of those costumes are originally in-house made.
Wow,
you know, through
that's
the wardrobe
amazing.
department and you know other places in Atlanta. And so I'm excited for that. And I think that it'll be, I think we're going to get to know, you know, more about our characters in the sense of, in light of good and evil, you know, or light and dark, good and evil, and how that plays within each character and how every character has that.
Has a little bit of evil or a little bit of good.
So anything that I've, you know, anything that I've heard, that could be a potential.
Very cool. What about like behind the scenes? Obviously, we're addicted to the show itself, but since you guys shoot in Atlanta and you're all out there together, it seems like you guys are all like genuinely really good friends.
It's disgusting. Like it is. It's revolting how much time we spend with each other.
Yeah, even after working together for like 15 hours, you still want to hang out with somebody.
I hang out with Europe with like half the people that I work with.
Yeah,
you know
what's up with that? What are you doing?
It's like a sick codependent like relationship that we all like friendship that we all have.
Yeah.
No, I mean honestly, I feel like whenever you relocate to anywhere, there was that instant kind of bond and camaraderie because, you know, we aren't here in Los Angeles where it's like, hi, it's nice to see you at the office. I'm going home now to my regular routine. Like we all kind of were, you know, chickens with our heads cut off for a minute, trying to find a routine and a life again in this new city. And what's great about working in Atlanta is that kind of that whole southeast region, the crews all know each other. You know, whether they've all worked on One Tree Hill or Army Wives or any other, you know, things that have gone on in Atlanta or New Orleans, it's kind of the same crew. So it's almost like this immediate, like everyone kind of knew each other already, and then everyone's very welcoming, and you know, there was just no room for everyone to kind of be on their own, and you know, and it's very much a job. It's not a lifestyle out there, so it's, you know, it makes it pretty easy just to want to hang out and be buds, and there's a lot of laughing, and yeah, it's a really good time. I'm very appreciative of the life that I have in Atlanta right now.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having
me. It's been so nice to have you here.
We're excited that you're coming in.
Yeah.
We're your biggest fans. And of course, all of you guys out there watching, make sure to stick with Clever TV all the time, because as season 3 approaches, you know we're going to have all the news. From all of us here at Clever TV, I'm Jocelyn Davis. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.